We have breaking news just into our newsroom this morning. Russia has issued an arrest warrant for South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. Russia's Interior Ministry issued the warrant over an edited online video of Graham's meeting with Ukraine's president. In the video, Senator Graham noted that, quote, the Russians are dying, and described the U.S. military assistance to the country as, quote, the best money we've ever spent. Those comments appear to be from different parts of the conversation, but they were edited together online. The second annual Palmetto Heroes Hike took place in Greenville this weekend. Roughly 400 participants left early Saturday morning on either a 12-mile or a 6-mile hike. And along the way, they stopped at memorial checkpoints, honoring fallen first responders and service members from the upstate. That event also benefits the Wounded and Recovering Fund, as well as Upstate Warrior Solution.
Help show the families that we haven't forgotten them, that we're not going to forget them. I think for us, it's maybe two times a year that we think about this maybe, but for them, it's present to them every single day that they lost their loved one. So having an event like this is super important for the community to have a focal point, to come together, learn about these people, and just keep their memory alive.
We're told the event raised about $85,000 for the two charities. There were plenty of kilts and bagpipes for the Scottish Games at Furman University. The event featured live music and dancing, as well as traditional Scottish Highland games, many of which are quite technical. And of course, you can't have a festival without food, so there were plenty of vendors to choose from. Those rain, chilly temperatures didn't impact the mood of the event and the excitement from the people who attended.
There's nothing that's not cool and not fun at the Highland Games. There's something for everybody. But while you're here, we try to host some friendly competitions with the axe throwing and the archery.
This event is completely put on by volunteers. This is an update to a story we brought you last December. An upstate transplant recipient competed in the World Transplant Games in Perth, Australia back in April and brought home 3 medals. Kristen McCall's journey started when she was 14 and she needed a new kidney. Then 20 years later, she was back on dialysis and in need of another kidney replacement when someone in the community stepped in to help. She competed in track and 5K events at the Games in Australia with the goal of checking off something on her bucket list.
Every day is I'm just glad I was able to get it off of my list of things that I can accomplish. I mean, I just got out of the hospital about last week from having sepsis. So, I mean, I'm just constantly going through these hurdles. And so when I have my health is good, I try to, set goals for myself and accomplish them.
Kristen picked up 2 silver medals and 1 bronze medal. The next World Transplant Games will be held in 2025 in Dresden, Germany, and Kristen plans to be there. A new festival celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander communities will be held in Greenville this coming weekend. Organizers say there'll be food, family-friendly activities, and cultural performances. That'll be on Sunday, June 4th on East Washington Street. From 12 to 6 p.m. there'll be a family day. Then from 6 to 9 p.m. there'll be an after party. We're told this will be Greenville's first festival celebrating AAPI Heritage Month, and it's free to attend. Happening now, there's a new exhibit at the Upcountry History Museum in Greenville celebrating the work of children's author and illustrator Eric Carle. He's known for the books including The Very Hungry Caterpillar, The Very Busy Spider, and The Very Quiet Cricket.
So in this particular area, children, families, they can come up and they can press the insects or the stars and compose a 9th symphony, just like The Very Quiet Cricket.
This hands-on exhibit is called Very Eric Carle. We're told it's geared toward children ages 2 through 8. Kids can weave a web with the very busy spider, make the very clumsy click beetle flip and jump, and become the very hungry caterpillar.
The Very Hungry Caterpillar was first published in 1969, and it's been translated in dozens of languages. It's been produced in millions of copies around the world, and it's really stood the test of time of where adults come in here, grandparents come in here, and they still say that was one of their favorite picture books growing up. And so it's really interesting, fascinating to see the adults come in and kind of share their own childhood memories of these picture books to their own children or grandchildren.
You can see the Very Eric Carle exhibit at the Upcountry History Museum in Greenville through September 10th, and the Upcountry History Museum is a Blue Star Museum. That means active duty military personnel and up to 5 family members receive free admission. That program runs through Labor Day. All right, check this out. A viewer sent us this video. She says she had just come in from planting when she saw that black bear right there in her yard on Friday night. You know, we're sure he was just admiring her work. She lives in the Hawk Creek area on the west side of Spartanburg. But eventually the bear got bored and just wandered away. As you can see it slowly walking back into the woods. Heading back to Asheville maybe.